Welcome to our weekly coaches show. Basketball coach Matt Brock is here. I'm Harry Schroeder. Glad you're with us this afternoon. Matt, you guys had a tough weekend. A heartbreaking loss in the first game against Williams, and then not quite as close, lose to Freed-Hardeman. Let's first talk about the last-second shot. There's nothing worse in life, really, than that last-second shot in basketball.
Yeah, and you got to give Stanley Malcolm credit. He rose up and hit a good shot against us as time's running out. But we tell our guys, whether or not that shot goes in or not, we should have done things better prior to that to not be in that situation. And coin flip games are 50-50, and it seems like we've been on the wrong side of the coin more than we've been on the right side. Hopefully that balances out. But the goal is to win by 15, not win by 1. So we had plenty of chances, just didn't get it done.
In the two games, Jared White, almost no stats in one game, and then 23 or whatever it was in the next game. Just the way the game played out, or what took place there?
He had a really good first half, and our team had a really good first half against Williams. We were really attacking their zone well. They're very small, and we were getting inside the zone, and he was getting inside the zone. And in the second half, we just didn't do quite as well a job doing that. Our offense got a little stagnant, didn't hit the shots that we hit in the first half, and they hit a few shots in the second half. So it was probably a little more of his type of game, a faster paced game on Saturday, and he got in the open floor a little bit and got himself to the free throw line a lot. And I don't know that there was that much difference in his approach, just maybe just the tempo of the game.
Yeah, I think he was 12 for 12 from the free throw line. That adds up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And he's really good at drawing fouls and really good at getting to the lane. And we're talking to him about, once he gets there and you're drawing 3-4 defenders, he's a good passer. And he's trusting his teammates. And so he's only going to get better. He's only been playing now, I think that was his 7th or 8th game. So he's going to start hopefully showing midseason form. You
guys, the tough loss, then the loss that's a little bit more expanded, and now you've got some time off. Don't play for another week, weekish. And what do you do with that extra time? I mean, it's probably a very valuable time for you.
Yeah, we gave him an extra day off on Monday. We didn't practice, and this week we're really trying to focus on us. We're watching a lot of video, kind of took some reevaluation and spent a lot of time looking statistically since the first half of the conference season was over, looking at conference stats and where we're at compared to other teams when you look at the 4 factors of winning basketball. And we found some areas where we need to really focus on.
Okay, now hold on. You said the 4 factors. Give us the 4.
The 4 factors are
we're trying to teach you
shooting. Shooting is 40% of the puzzle. Turnover percentage is 25%. Rebounding is 20%, and then free throw rate, which is how often you get to the free throw line, is 15%. So those are kind of weighted to if you look at a box score, you can figure out why you won or lost a game. And so for us, obviously our turnover rate's been really high. It's been above 21% all season. It's starting to creep down a little bit. That's been a struggle for us. And then we need to be, we're kind of middle of the pack on the rebounding number. We need to be better at that. We lead the conference in effective field goal percentage, and we're one of the best at drawing or getting to the foul line and not putting people at the foul line, which is the flip side of that. So we got to work on turning our turnovers and rebounding.
Before we started, you talked about lifting sessions and smaller group sessions and all that, and you talked about focusing on yourselves. Talk about some of those things that maybe here, not mid-season, you're past mid-season, that you can really work on with a team.
I think it's just small parts of the game. We didn't do a very good job in the second half at Freed at getting open. It's just a simple thing you don't really think about. But against the team that's going to turn up the pressure on you after we had a really strong first half, you got to get yourself open, because if you don't get open, then the pass is not there, and it gums up our offense, and we don't get the ball from side to side. We don't get the ball inside, and those are things you need to do in a good offensive possession. So that's one thing. Just our screening, cleaning up our screening, setting better screens. That's another thing to do against a pressure defense. And just our passing and catching in general. I think that's a big part of our turnover struggles. Has been just fundamentals of catching with 2 hands, passing with 2 hands, coming to meet the ball on a jump stop, jump stopping when we get to the lane, just simple stuff you learn in 4th and 5th grade that we just got to do a little bit better job of.
those things all in place, and you have really just the last maybe half of the conference season left, what are you guys hoping to achieve? Like before the year, did you say we want to be here or here? Do you do those kinds of things?
You know, it's hard not to let your mind wander at times, you know, before the season about stuff like that. But I wish we could have been a couple games better than we were. We definitely had chances, and we're on the wrong end of those coin flip games. But fortunately, we got 7 of our last 11 at home, and so we got an opportunity to flip that schedule where we were 7 on the road. Now we got 7 at home, and it's always better to play at home and get a second chance at some of those teams where we didn't play quite well enough to win. And missed. We're on the wrong end of a close game. So, we're hopeful that we're going to improve where we're at and just kind of try to keep climbing that ladder. I don't know if there's a specific place we want to be, but you see the conference ladder and things have kind of shook out now, and now you kind of know where you're at. Everybody knows where you're at, and you're just trying to chase that team in front of you.
One of the games, Isaiah Cotton gets 10 points. Still played about 12 minutes. I mean, how is he physically? Is he in shape yet? What I mean is, for a while, the bad foot. Is he really ready for full work?
He's still got a little nagging knee injury now, so the ankle's kind of healthy, but his knee is kind of inflamed, and we're just trying to manage it, and the best we can. And so it's good timing for him to get a week off here and get him refreshed and rested up, and hopefully back to 100%.
Final question: as much as you like having Jared White in the lineup, it's shuffled some guys around. I looked at all your minutes in the 2 games over the weekend, and I noticed, he didn't play very much. He didn't play very much. Is that still a work in progress for you, and also some of those players dealing with, I've got a different role now?
It's definitely guys have different roles, and part of it I think was we had a couple guys that get early fouls, and so Stephen Buckner got 2 quick ones in the Williams Baptist game and didn't play. And we had a lead, so I didn't feel like I needed to put him back in to risk him getting his 3rd. But when you add a good player to the rotation, and I've told our team this, it's going to take some minutes from somebody, and it's a good thing because it breeds more competition, and guys hopefully are playing better and playing harder, trying to earn those minutes, and that's something we're definitely looking at now, at checking our combinations and seeing who works well together. Do we need to, we've been having trouble at the start of the second half in some games. So what do we need to do differently at the start of the second half from a lineup standpoint and from a combination standpoint? So we're always evaluating that. And, I don't know that, I don't think it's affected anybody in particular, but it's definitely, hopefully will, that's what you want to have. I think Greg Marshall once said, your first year, you're just trying to survive. Your second year, you hopefully got 10 guys that can play really well, and if somebody doesn't want to do what you want them to do, you just sit them down. And hopefully that's what we eventually get to here, where we can be maybe even more accountable, hold guys even more accountable, because there's somebody just as good as you coming off the bench.
It's Matt Brock. They're 1 win away from doubling their win total from a year ago. Got a week off. The 28th, they're back playing again. I'm Harry Schroeder. Matt Brock, you've been watching the Basketball Head Coaches Show here at Missouri Baptist on the Spartan Digital Network.